In today's video, I'm going to be talking about new tips on how to revise, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about interleaving. So when most people start to revise, they do something that is called blocked practice. Blocked practice is this idea that I would have three exams coming up. In this example, I'm going to use chemistry, geography, and French. And they've decided that they're going to revise all of chemistry on Monday, all of geography on Tuesday, and all of French on Wednesday. This is called blocked revision or massed practice, and it's something that we definitely want to avoid when we are revising for exams if we want to revise well and to have long-term retention of the knowledge we're trying to put into our brains. I'm going to talk about interleaving, and you'd have maybe not heard this term, but this principle you might have heard. It's essentially the idea of, rather than looking at one subject or topic a day, I'm looking at multiple topics and subjects during a day. But even more importantly, if we get really good at it, we can look at multiple subjects and topics during one revision session, which I'll show you right at the end of the video. Why do we want to do this? Well, I've already made videos about retrieval practice and spaced repetition. If we repeatedly go back to a topic to retrieve that knowledge, it strengthens that memory. By actively reviewing it multiple times, our memory gets better. So this reinforces all of the other stuff we've already talked about in terms of spaced repetition. By switching between topics, you're having to look at different types of information. This keeps our brain very agile, strengthens our understanding as we have to look at different types of information. So I'm looking at chemistry bonds and then looking at grammar from French. It's different types of information, and therefore my brain becomes better, which helps me to connect ideas much better later on. Also, when we revise, sometimes revision can be difficult. We can lose motivation. So by switching topics regularly, it keeps us stimulated and avoids revision fatigue. So we talked about massed practice and blocked practice being bad. So I've crossed through this. We do not want to have a revision timetable that looks like this. A better option would be the one I put on the right here, where I'm still doing those three subjects, but rather than do them all on one day, I've split them across the days, and I've also split up the order. So I'm doing multiple subjects in a day, but I'm also, more importantly, switching up the order over a week, so that keeps it interesting. I'm not just realizing I'm always going to do chemistry in the morning and French in the afternoon. This again means that I'm taking information in at different times of day, which is good for my brain to keep it agile and strengthen it. What the gold standard would be this, and this is hopefully by the time you're an A-level student, you'll be able to revise like this. You might want to pause the video here and just take a longer look at this, and then I'll briefly talk through the things that make this the gold standard. We are looking at the same subjects here, chemistry, geography, and French, but what I've done differently, first of all, is made the sessions shorter. So in the other one, it was just morning, afternoon, and evening. And that means it could potentially, some people might try and revise for 2 or 3 hours at a time. That would kind of lead to some burnout here. I would make my sessions shorter, so 30 to 40 minutes. So 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon and evenings. And I would have breaks in between there, including lunch. The reason why this is good is because I can switch between topics more regularly. More regular switching, again, keeps that brain agile, reduces fatigue. So first of all, I'd make my sessions shorter. But the most important thing here to do is to split the subjects into specific topics and repeatedly come back to them. So rather than just having geography as a topic, I've decided to split what I need to know for geography into different specific areas, so rivers, hazards, and urban. And here on the Monday in the evening, I'm looking at that geography topic of urban. And then I come back to that 2 days later on the Wednesday. Same topic, same information, potentially testing what I've already done on the Monday. I've done the same. If you look at the schedule I put together here, I've come and looked at grammar for French on the Monday and again on the Wednesday. And I could add in new topics as I go along. This does take a bit of organization and planning, but you could do it week by week. And that means you wouldn't have to worry so much in advance. But this would just mean that you are not only looking at whole subjects, but you're looking at topics repeatedly and reinforcing that knowledge.